The Riding Mountain Biosphere Reserve is a 15,000 square kilometre region in central Manitoba that's home to about 30,000 people. The Biosphere Reserve includes Riding Mountain National Park and the rural communities that surround it. A major challenge people in this large and scarcely populated region share is waste management. But the community of Clan William Erickson and the Rolling River First Nation have embarked on a bold experiment. It may solve their garbage problems, and it just might usher in a new era of collaboration between communities who haven't always gotten along. In 2015, the Council of the Municipality of Clan William Erickson realized they had to do something with their aging landfill.
You dig a hole, you fill it up, and you dig another hole and you dig another hole, and now we're getting to the last few holes.
It turned out Clan William Erickson's neighbour, the Rolling River First Nation, had a landfill that was in even worse shape.
Our present location, our landfill is surrounded by water. The liability of having the water system so close to the landfill was the major factor, because once you contaminate the water, it spreads to everything else. The land, the people itself, they're all connected.
The two neighbours had the same problem, so it would make sense to work together to fix it. The trouble is, joint projects between municipalities and First Nations in Manitoba are rare. Colonialism has created two separate communities that don't always trust or understand each other. But the deputy mayor of Clan William Erickson, Don Huseman, wondered if things could be different.
Don showed up at the office one day. I was supposed to call him, I never did, but he did show up. Thank goodness he showed up.
And we sat there and stared at each other for a long time. And finally, to break the ice, we started talking about the Winnipeg Jets, and that was our bonding moment.
They decided to jointly apply to the Canadian Federation of Municipalities, who were promoting First Nation municipal partnerships. They received funding to facilitate workshops to help Clan William Erickson and Rolling River create an equitable and sustainable partnership agreement. As part of this process, each group created a timeline of their history as they saw it.
The epiphany for me was I picked a major big day for us. Our best day was July 26, 1933. And interestingly enough, Rolling River had picked that day too as their worst day. That was the day they created Rocky Mountain National Park. And that was a great day, great for our economy, great protecting the land. It was just huge for us. But that was the day they kicked everybody from Rolling River out of the park. And so that was their worst day.
Not really. It's just the biggest part of the whole process was tearing down those stereotypes that come with lack of knowing each other.
Elder Dennis McKay was one of the workshop participants.
There was never any understanding, between the municipality, the town, and the First Nation community. And, growing up, we had such a hard time going to school here.
We started going through all the bad things and the good things that had occurred between us, and we got to today, and then we go, okay, what do we do now? And let's go forward.
Hopefully we'll have a good meeting, because I'm not sure.
After the workshops, Alvin and Don decided to meet every 2 weeks for breakfast.
I'm the sausage, and he's the bacon.
It's always the guy who calls a meeting that pays. So I very rarely call a meeting. I'm just kidding.
We get to ask questions without judgment. So I get to ask, so what's with tobacco? How come we're using tobacco all the time?
As the trust grew between the two partners, they started to imagine solutions to their respective landfill problems. They also made an unfortunate discovery.
We found out that we were recycling about 3% of our total product. And then the average in Manitoba is 17%. And we go, Okay, that sucks. We can do better than that. So we went, let's do 60%. And we know that composting and redirecting a lot of our common stuff, we can get to 40 or 50% easily. And in those last 10%, we're going to push our way through to. So we're going to do better. And we want to be the model for everybody else.
The new partners are determined to build a cleaner, more sustainable future for their communities. But this isn't just about waste management. It's a step towards reconciliation in the Riding Mountain Biosphere Reserve.
Once you get down to talking to people, you really learn a lot. And basically that's what it takes, is just taking the time to talk to people. It benefits us all.
It's not about garbage. It's about our relationship. It's about us surviving together in the most beautiful place in our world. And we want to look after it, and we want to be proud of it, and we want to tell the world that this is a great place and we're doing good things here.
I believe this is going to succeed because I feel that positive energy. And I give thanks to the Creator that gave us this opportunity to work together.